So it's telling me in total that we've got 1,912,594 searches on average for these particular keywords. Okay. So then what I've done is this little scenario here. For AdWords, for instance, so say Google AdWords, 10% of people click on Google Ads, okay, on roughly, which means 90% are do natural search, but there's roughly 10% that will click on an ad. So out of that 1 million, you're looking at about 191,000 potential customers that will click on a Google ad, okay? So let's put some, and the average sale is $150, so some standard conversion metrics are 1% conversion, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. They are standard marketing conversions. If you do a flyer drop, you're looking at 1% and 2% conversions, 3% conversions. It's pretty standard. So, simple. 1% of 191,000 is 1,912 at an average sale of $150. Your potential sales are roughly going to be about $286,000 for if you go with Google Ads for those keywords. Right? And that's just a selection of some of the keywords. So there's good money to be made if you can do it. Now, Jack's here along here today as a bit of a testimonial because I'm actually already doing this stuff with Jack now, and he's getting some great results. So I'll come back to that in a sec. But the search engine optimization is the other side of it. Okay, so once again, 1,900,000 blah 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 thousand searches. 35% of that traffic would be that number there. Okay, 669,000. If 1% of those people converted, you'd have 6,694 people to your site. That's for position 1. Now, you're not going to get into position 1 for all of those keywords. So the idea of this is just to give you an idea of the potential value of it, okay? But there's it's somewhere in these figures is something along the lines of what is realistic that you could get. As I said, don't look at these numbers as being exact. Look at these numbers as giving you now a ballpark figure of the value of keywords and being in that online space. Jack, we started, what, a year ago doing this?
Yes.
Yep. And last month you had brilliant sales.
Yes.
Jack is in shelving and racking. In the environment that we're in, shelving and racking is a purchase you do if your business is expanding, and there's not a lot of businesses expanding and growing. So Jack is in a bit of a tough industry in the economic climate that we're in, yet he's had one of his best months. Since when?
A couple of years.
Couple of years.
The thing is, like, before I met Shaun, we built our website, good content, and we had the SEO company come out and have a look at it. And basically we just stuffed our site full of keywords. And then I got Census involved doing a Google AdWords campaign, and they were really expensive. And the click-through rate after 8 months was only 1.86%. And with Shaun getting involved with Shaun and doing the Google AdWords, we split our campaigns up. I've got one for shelving, one for racking, one for cabinets, and that sort of thing. So the click-through rate for shelving is 7 or 8%.
Which is unbelievable.
It's huge. And also the data that you get from the Google Analytics allows you to see where you're tracking, where the people are coming from. So, I mean, the worst performing one we've got is cabinets. It's not like a big end for us, but that's tracking somewhere where same as what Census was doing. And Census was charging me, guys, nearly $3,000 a month. You know, I mean, you don't know what they're doing with their money. You can't see what the keywords are costing you and that sort of thing. At least with the analytics, it's all transparent. Now, in saying all that, doing the Google AdWords on its own generated some interest, but when we started doing SEO, that made all the difference. You know, we started getting found. I mean, if you type in city shelving now, you'll probably get 4 or 5, maybe 6 or 7 pages of just where we are, because all of our pages are being tagged, and that's really important as far as SEO goes.
They dominate the space online for shelving and racking, and it's turning into sales at the end of the day, because if, like it says on there, if you have people searching for it, it's not about, I mean, Jack doesn't actually sell online. People make inquiries through the website, and then it's a phone call. So it's not about necessarily how many sales your website generates. It's about generating customers for your business and not your opposition. And if you're not in the online space, then you're not on people's shopping lists. And there's a million searches. Now, there's other data that you can do to actually see where your website ranks for those keywords. Even if you do appear in the natural search rankings on the left-hand side, because 10% of people click on the ones on the right-hand side, you have to be there, because otherwise your opposition are going to get those clicks. So it's a balancing act between the two of them, but they really do work hand in hand, and Jack is definitely testimony to that. We have a monthly service with Jack where we monitor the keywords. We will do, depending on what keyword it is, we might have to do some more work on it because the ranking's dropping for it, because you're competing with other people for it. The industry changes, customers' needs change. Search engine optimization isn't an instant result. That's where Google Ads are good. You can do something tomorrow, you could do something in 5 minutes and get your Google AdWord campaign set up, targeting those keywords. If it's something that's going to be more long-term for your business, then you look at the search engine optimization. But the idea with the search engine optimization is about creating a strategy for your business for the best quality keywords for your business. Search engine optimization isn't about ranking for 300 keywords. Google AdWords is there so that you can be wherever the customers are, at least. So you can get your feelers out there, and you have a particular product. So for instance, cabinets is a particular product that Jack sells. So we do a Google ad campaign specifically targeted for this specific product. They click on the ad and it takes them specifically to the page on that product. Now then you can do A/B testing, which is depending on whether you're customer 1 or customer 2, you will see a different landing page. And then you can go and you can compare the results between the two landing pages to see which one's producing you the biggest conversion. Because your ad copy might be wrong, or the layout of the picture may be wrong, or there's a whole pile of different things that you might need to do to change that. So it's a great little tool to have. And when you've got to go and approach the boss or the directors of the company about putting together an advertising campaign, you want to show, they need to see figures, So you can do something along these lines to at least give them an indication